I want to talk about some of the refereeing I saw.
You want to go into that first?
Yeah, let's go into that first. It's hard for me to say. I don't want to say they're being biased for certain teams.
Sometimes it seems like
but
that.
But it seems like it. There was a few things late in the Duke game with Central Florida where there was an offensive foul late by Zion they didn't call. There was a push-off on the final rebound they didn't call. Now, I'll admit, Central Florida missed an alley-oop. They did do that. I mean, they had chances. But these referees need to stop being afraid to make calls late in the game. So, what's going on?
How you doing?
We got as you can see from our faces, we've been out doing some challenges.
We are going to start doing podcasts.
Yeah, we've been saying that in every video this week.
So, excuse me. So in the future for things that are in season.
Like and subscribe. I think next week, what did we decide we were going to do?
Probably baseball, basketball, and hockey is what we're going to do a
Baseball,
podcast
basketball,
over.
and hockey starting next week.
We'll always stick it to 3 because we have to pick certain payment plans, and
yeah,
I can't afford the
you have so much
$75.
storage space and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So.
I can't afford a $75 a month plan.
No.
But we'll probably get our own custom app, hopefully, and get that going. That way, we'll still have YouTube. We'll still have our challenges.
We'll definitely do the challenges and upload those at least every day and the forfeits.
Because people enjoy those.
And in the other 2 sports we don't pick, we'll keep doing little small segments on like we do now on YouTube.
It's just because of the talks, people aren't as receptive to as they were before.
They're not as receptive to the talks on YouTube. Our challenges get more views.
But you want to get into our first segment?
Yeah, we're gonna do some. Of course, it's wind day. Wind day. Well, it is windy outside today. It's Wednesday today, so we got basketball going on. We've got a lot of stuff going on in basketball. I think the first segment we decided we were going to talk about some college basketball. Of course, the March Madness is going. The first thing I want to mention before we get into what we're going to do is do some predictions. I think me and Cody are both going to do the men's, and then I'm going to do the women's bracket predictions. But I want to talk about some of the refereeing I saw.
You want to go into that first?
Yeah, let's go into that first. It's hard for me to say. I don't want to say they're being biased for certain teams.
Sometimes it seems like
that.
But
it seems like it. There was a few things late in the Duke game with Central Florida where there was an offensive foul late by Zion they didn't call. There was a push-off on the final rebound they didn't call. Now, I'll admit, Central Florida missed an alley-oop. They did do that. I mean, they had chances. But these referees need to stop being afraid to make calls late in the game. If something happens, you have to call it if it's going to affect the play.
You see that in other sports where bigger teams or bigger players will get biased calls.
Yeah.
Or they won't get calls at all against them.
I don't know if they're just bad. I don't know if they're necessarily being biased towards certain teams. I'm wondering if they're just bad.
Well, you remember the play in the Rams and the Saints?
Yeah,
in the championship game.
Yeah, we mentioned Monday about them. They did decide to change that rule, so pass interference calls are now going to be able to be challenged.
The call was so blown, it was so bad and blatant,
yeah.
and that they didn't call it, that it caused a rule change.
Yeah.
And you start to get the referees in all levels of basketball. It's starting to become like sissified to be tame.
It is.
You can't be physical. You can't even touch players anymore without a foul being called. Sometimes I'll see a player go up for like a layup, and the guy will miss his hand, but he's close to his hand, and the referee will call a foul. Yeah. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Some of the NBA players will go.
It's ridiculous. What are you supposed to do? In 5 fouls, you're out of the game.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
It's ridiculous. It's dumb. I personally think Duke should have lost. I mean, I really do. I think they got outplayed. But that was just something I wanted to kind of mention. I just didn't like the way the refereeing, and it wasn't just that game, it was a couple other ones, but the way some of the refereeing's gone in this tournament, it set me off. I hate to watch it. It makes it almost unwatchable at times. Because
the referees are supposed to be unnoticeable.
Yep.
It's supposed to, you get on the game to watch the game, you don't get on the game to see calls.
Yep.
It just slows the game down.
Some of the games have been good, but I don't know.
I think that's why some people that watch sports were upset at like replay, especially in soccer.
Yeah.
Because they were afraid it was going to slow the game down.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does, and it gets a little ridiculous.
Yep.
So
that was just something I kind of wanted to mention. I didn't like the way some of the games went officiating wise. Not a whole lot else to say about it. I hope it gets better as the tournament goes on. The first round I didn't notice it that much. It was this This last
that's why I
second
said,
round when I noticed it more.
that's why I said because there's big. I feel like it's because there are bigger teams in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the referees. You know, you said in certain games and certain tournaments, it almost seems like referees are trying to set up
It does.
certain games to happen.
It really does.
And I don't want to accuse anybody of like foul play.
No.
But you know, in soccer they did. They found that in FIFA. And FIFA has had several problems here lately. And I'm getting sick of FIFA. I'm getting sick of the video game FIFA. I don't even buy that anymore. And I'm getting sick of, just seriously, I'm getting sick of the FIFA organization.
Yeah.
And I'm getting sick of certain officials. I'm getting sick of certain organizations in pro sports because the way they handle certain. And basketball's done a pretty good job of it here lately.
Yeah.
Pro basketball's done a good job of it.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure with college basketball. There really hadn't been anything really ridiculous.
No.
But certain organizations, the NFL, pro soccer, different leagues, FIFA in general, even the MLB at times, it just seems like they're more business-minded than actually caring about what's best for the sport.
I agree.
And I understand they're trying to make money and trying to profit off of it to grow their organization. The NHL, I haven't really noticed, even though they copyright claim for video. I'm joking. That really did happen. I'm joking. But it just seems like certain organizations are not really handling things very well.
No. I guess, going on from that, we're going to do some predictions for the Sweet 16. We got the 4 games Thursday for the men's. You got Florida State, Gonzaga. Now, of course, if you watch our bracket video, you know I picked Florida State to go to the final.
I'm picking them.
I'm obviously picking Florida State to win. Their first game was kind of close. The second game, they were a lot better. Their length just gives people problems.
Mm-hmm.
I said it multiple times in the other.
And you can't teach that. That's just
you can't. It's just something you have.
You know, we talked about that in pro sports about how a lot of players that are just athletes, you'll see some of them just have freakish attributes.
Yeah, like big, huge hands, and it's just
an unbelievable vertical jump.
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
You can't. It's just you just have it or you don't. Purdue, Tennessee. Purdue's surprised me in this tournament.
I picked Tennessee for that.
I'm going to pick Tennessee for that. Of course, I picked Tennessee to win it all, so I think I'm going to keep going with them. Texas Tech, and Michigan.
I picked Tech.
I think I'm going to pick Texas Tech here. Their defense has been really, really good.
We may differ on this one. The next one.
We might. Oregon, Virginia. Now, Oregon's the lowest seed left of the 12 seeds, so they're the lone Cinderella team. Who are you going to pick?
I picked Oregon.
Are you?
Virginia's susceptible to that.
You didn't play bad against them. They started off. Virginia started like OU started in the first round, just hitting everything. I'll probably go with Virginia in this, but I don't think they'll win the next game. I think they're playing Tennessee after that. I think. So we go on to the Friday games. LSU, Michigan State.
I picked State.
Michigan State's solid. LSU's been good. I'm going to pick Michigan State. I mean, Tom Izzo. It's hard to bet against Tom Izzo. Auburn, North Carolina. Now, I guess Auburn's still in their little win streak here.
Yep.
North Carolina's as solid as they always are. I'm going to go with North Carolina.
That's who I
picked. You went with. Virginia Tech, Duke. Duke struggled against Central Florida, but Central Florida has Taco Fall. Isn't that one of the greatest name ever?
You shouldn't lose if you have that name.
He's 7'6".
You shouldn't lose.
He fouled out. That's the only reason they started getting to the rim. He's from like the Sudan or something. But who are you going to go with here?
I'll pick Duke.
I think I'm going to pick Duke. And finally, I think a team that a lot of people aren't talking about that's gone unnoticed at this tournament has played 2 really good games so far, Houston. People need to watch out for Houston.
I picked Houston.
I'm going to pick Houston.
So the only one we disagreed on was Oregon.
Is Oregon and Virginia. That's fine. I mean, I was just going to kind of mention the women's bracket. I might pick these games. I might not. I will say there's been a few upsets in the women's bracket this year. You don't see that as often as you do in the men's. In the men's, there hasn't been any really other than Oregon, but I'm impressed with some of the lower seeded women's teams. You all right?
Sorry, we filmed a challenge outside and I think I have a concussion.
Like Cody, the ball, anyway, you'll see it.
You won't see it today.
No, not today. Number 11, Missouri State went through. 6, UCLA. Number 6, that's not San Diego State, that's South Dakota State. UConn's still in there at the number 2. I'm probably not going to pick the games. Just kind of, I wanted to kind of mention I'm impressed with some of the lower seeded teams in the women's this year. So I'm glad some of those lower seeded teams have won some games.
I have a feeling why that is, but I'm not going to say it.
You can say it.
No.
Just say it.
Nope. Maybe we should just start getting like extremely controversial on the channel and make people watch it.
You want me to say something
Just
controversial?
just title the video.
You
Just title the video. People don't deserve to play basketball, or something like that.
women.
And yeah, even if we don't believe it, just
Yeah,
put it on there.
matter.
People just
Women don't deserve to play
we
basketball.
we don't believe that, but we're just
Speak for yourself.
we don't believe that. We're
Cody
joking.
doesn't believe that.
It's starting to get to the point to where we feel like we have to title things certain ways to.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention that. I think that was it for our first segment. We didn't have a lot to talk about, but
Well, I mean, it was.
it's relevant.
Yeah,
It's relevant.
talk about things that are relevant. But guys, that's it with Cody and James Comes in Sports. Again, we're gonna start doing a podcast here pretty soon, so we'll give you information on that. Wade, you're gonna lose in real life, so don't be happy about watching this. You're gonna lose something. I said that like it was a threatening tone. Like, always make.
We're gonna sneak into your room at night.
What if Wade was like watching outside and he just jumped through the window and like threw like a bat? And
That'd be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, actually, I would laugh at that. Anyway, that's it with Cody and James. Come to Sports. Make sure to like, subscribe,
What do they need to do? Hit the notification bell is what they need to do.
leave us a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.